Hello, hello. I had a strong desire to record. Um, Not a big revelation here, but I just had a really strong desire to talk after going on my walk. And it's more along the same line as I've said in my previous videos recently about going within. So I find that my higher self, my guides, whoever it is, they kind of T-bone me sometimes to get me to stop looking outside of me, to stop looking at videos, to stop listening to all these different perspectives because there's so many of them. You might have seen a video that I share from YouTube about yoga. And when I watched that, I was like, things just kind of, I just felt more stressed about it. And it just kind of went on the same lines of, regardless of what's true or not, the only truth is within. And I had a similar feeling months ago. And for several months, I just barely watched anything and I just spent time on myself, meditating, clearing out karma, clearing out the triggers, and barely watching the videos. And then after the elections, I felt kind of pulled to just kind of see what's going on. And I kind of got stuck there until now. And I'm still a little bit there, but I mentioned in my last video that I've noticed a shift, like I'm going back within more. So the past few nights, I've had less sleep. And especially last night, I don't know if you guys felt it. One of the groups I follow, people, like a slew of people commented that they woke up at 3, 4 o'clock. And I was up at 4. And so I was able to fall asleep like around 1. So I had only a few hours of sleep. And the sleep that I had was also turbulent. I had like the weirdest things coming up. One thing that really stood out is I was sent the number combination of, I don't remember how they came, but it was 2 6s, I think, and a 4. And in the dream, it was like I felt stressed. I'm like, okay, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this. Okay, I got it. And then I fell back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I was like, I remember the numbers, but I don't know what they mean. Nothing else is coming up. And then so I kind of thought maybe it's just a dream. It's nothing. So I watched a video, and those numbers came up in the number of views, and I'm like, I'm being shown the number because I was like, I don't know, I don't remember what I saw even. So then I looked it up, is it an angel number? I guess the 4 is protection, and the 2 6s is love. So it's kind of just, and on my walk, as I'm walking, I see a piece of paper on the ground with 646. So I was like, oh, again, they're showing me this combination. So, and then all of a sudden, license plates started showing these combinations. So this is an important combination. I looked it up. It was 646 shows heavenly forces are interested in your success. They want you to know that you have their protection. So it's about protection. See, it's striving towards success and achieving it. Yeah, so it kind of to me, it speaks to along the lines of shedding all of these exteriors to kind of get focused again on, and I'm not really even sure what the focus is other than the ascension itself, just clearing out the karmic energy, which I've been doing. The past few days, I've been very bloated. And I've tried everything, fasting, juicing, all of that. And still bloated and just like constantly clearing that energy out. And I've had this before, so I know there's stuff going on. Mercury retrograde, all that stuff there's stuff going on. This whole like month of the whole Gemini thing. I'm a Gemini. So yeah, right in time for my birthday. There's a lot of stuff going on in the cosmos and stuff. But I also had the feeling again, it's going within and not getting hung up on the what's going on exterior. And it also kind of made me think, like I always knew that this is a very multi-dimensional game, like multi-dimensional chess. And I looked at it as, different layers. And it's just now I'm seeing even more layers. And I just kind of feel as things progress, there will be even more layers. There's going to be more different kind of thoughts developing, a different kind of as people are like trying to figure things out, it's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of new kind of movements. That's kind of like the sense that I'm getting now, because like it's like there's just so many what do you call it? Just so many perspectives. And I'm discovering even more so, and things are shifting, so there's development of more perspectives. So to me, there's like it's going to be even more layers. So that creates a lot of confusion, a lot of division, a lot of conflict. And I think this was like clear, like there's always going to be another layer of thought. There's always going to be somebody new coming up with another perspective. There's always going to be somebody with a story. There's always going to be a new book, a new vision. So many prophets out there, false prophets, so many people with visions, different kind of visions. Now people are saying, there's so much stuff like Trump is a Zionist puppet. Trump is part of this sun cult, whatever. And it's just everything that's going on is like these two cults going up against each other. That's all it is. I mean, there's just so much out there. And it's like, how do you even like find peace in all of this chaos? And to me, like seeing these numbers and just the communication from the guys was just like that you don't align with any of it. You don't go, I believe in this or I believe in that. I don't believe this, because it's like, again, it's about consciousness. It's not about belief. It's like an inner knowing, not like you don't believe in God, you know God. So yeah, this just kind of brings me to like more and more and more it's scary to like just rely on yourself and not look at other people, because I spent like the past few months looking at other people, like in the spiritual sense, like designing their businesses, and they're so successful and they have all these followers and these friends. And I'm like obsessing, like maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. Like, look, they have this and that, and and it really it really gets into your head. And it's like, I mean, I do this work with clients as well when they get like start looking at others. Well, this one is doing this, maybe I should do that as well. And I feel like this is happening all to kind of just remind me, you're not this person, you're not this person. They all have different paths. And it was just kind of like another like hit to kind of go back in. Stop looking at this person and that one and the other. You don't know who they are in reality. You know, it's like you don't really know what their source is. Just like in the truther communities, like what's troubling to me, and I guess I'm just going to be out with it. I try not to be negative about any people, but what's troubling for me is when I look at certain people that have YouTube channels, they're now part of like the truther community. I'm gonna just say like Lori Lod, right? I think that's her name. Spiritual teacher, channeler, all of that is very popular, very big. But one thing, like I watched only a little bit, and it's because like something just didn't feel right. She said that she stopped hating Trump just last March. And like, and how can you be a spiritual teacher and helping others if you're full of hate towards anyone? And if she's channeling all these beings, what were they telling her all that time, like for 3 years? What were they? I would have thought if she's that high up, like in the dimensions, and she gets all this information for Pleiadians and Syrians and all of that, all these beings, wouldn't they tell her right away? Like a lot of people just, said when Trump came down the staircase, that's when they knew. Like it was right away a sense of knowing. Well, where was hers? I didn't have that sense of knowing at all. I actually, I'm just being honest, I wasn't really paying attention to the election. But then when he became elected and the media started spinning their stuff, I kind of absorbed that negative energy for a little while, for a few months. I remember the hate, and it was because of the media, how they portrayed him, but it kind of snapped out pretty quickly. And but I don't claim to be like any kind of teacher, like, so to me that's weird. To each their own. But what kind of really strikes me more is people's comments in the channels, that people trust these kind of the followers, they trust, I heard say wholeheartedly. To me it's turning into more idol worship. Their people become disenchanted, disappointed in Hollywood and politics and all these successful people. So it's like people need to shift that attention someplace else. Same thing with Jason Shurka. I've mentioned him before. His story triggered my that past life, and I reached out to him multiple times to explain it to him, like, we actually live in the same city, like we could have met, like I just asked him, like, can we meet for 15 minutes or even like on the call, and he said, I'm too busy. And it's like, yeah, he has documentaries coming out, interviews, like he's getting really popular, but what about the shadow work? What about the karmic work? and he's lecturing people. Like some once in a while, I check in just to see like how things. Like I pulled out of that channel within the first week. It didn't feel right to me. Like one moment he's just talking about this book that he didn't write, that he wasn't meant to publish, but the guy didn't want to, so he just offered, and now he's just this popular, and he's lecturing people, take responsibility. Like, what about you? What about that inner work, the shadow work? And it's like, to me, like it's been weird. And it's been almost a year, and it's just weird, you know. I mean, I sat with it. So, and I've seen people's channel. I mean, it's just like people are in awe of him. They love him so much. And it's just, again, to me, it just looks like idol worship. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, I'm not capable of writing. Like, if I'm watching like another Starseed making a video, I might say thank you, but I like a lot of people like, I love you so much. I just have so much love for you. To me, it's weird. I don't know. Am I the only one? Like, you don't know this person in reality. And it's just weird. I don't know. I'm not there. Maybe I'm just not there, or it's just like, no, this is just idol worship to me. It's one thing to have gratitude, right? This person is sharing information. But I don't know. I just see a lot of idol worship in these channels. And it just kind of, I pull back again, and I just don't want to be a part of any of it. Which to me just kind of, again, like just go within, you know. To like, I feel like there's a lot of talk about we'll be forming communities and getting together and helping the planet, and all I feel is just like, I just want to get away from everybody. Maybe interact with people here and there, but mostly it's just to go further and further and further within. But yeah, it just kind of just seems this transition right now that I'm going through. It's for that. I honestly thought, like, since quarantine will be ending, we'll be kind of let out into these communities, but I'm kind of sensing this is just more and more practice to go within. Oh, by the way, if you've reached the end, I just forgot to say it. I wanted to say in the beginning. If you like watching my videos, I decided to open my own group in MeWe, and I'm gonna add the link to the description so you can just join the group.